I step into the morning meeting, clutching my notebook like a lifeline, heart hammering so hard I swear the walls could hear it. And then I see it. Auntie's name erased, her contributions nowhere in sight on the slides. My stomach drops, a cold punch right into my chest. Across the room, Diane smirks, leaning back with that infuriating calm. Her whisper reaches me like a dagger. She's not needed anymore. The words hang in the air, poisonous, and the team lets out soft, stifled laughter. It slices through me sharper than any scream could. I look at Auntie. For a fraction of a second, her eyes betray shock, a flicker of disbelief, and then composure, like a queen masking the storm beneath. My voice catches as I open my mouth to speak up, but Diane cuts me off, smooth and cutting, like she's practiced this moment 1,000 times. I feel every glance in the room, some wary, some calculating, some complicit, and Auntie, she just begins to pack her notes, quietly. The scrape of paper against the desk sounds like a gunshot in my ears. I can't move fast enough, can't think of anything to say. My mind races as I follow her out, each step echoing the humiliation that presses heavier with every heartbeat. The corridor feels endless. I replay every second in my head, the laughter, the erasure, the smirk, the silence. It's all burning into me, a humiliation that won't let go. Auntie's silence screams louder than any protest ever could. I feel the betrayal, not just mine, but hers, the way the people we trusted turned away. Even the cafeteria feels like a gauntlet. Chatter turns hostile as we pass, eyes following us like predators circling wounded prey. My phone buzzes in my pocket. Diane, her message is concise, venomous. Don't bother intervening, it's already done. I look at Auntie finally, and she meets my gaze. Her eyes are calm, almost gentle, but they glint with a fire that stops my breath. That quiet determination, that promise of something coming, is both terrifying and comforting. In that look, I know this humiliation isn't the end. It's the spark. And Auntie is ready. I slide into the corner booth of our favorite quiet cafe, the aroma of coffee curling around me like smoke, sharp and bitter, matching the knot in my stomach. I can feel my anxiety pressing against my ribs as I watch Auntie settle across from me. Calm, but unreadable. She begins to speak, and every word cuts deeper than I expected. Years of building the project from scratch. Every sleepless night, every painstaking detail that nobody ever noticed, all laid bare in her voice. I hear of colleagues who claimed her ideas, clients who doubted her vision, the quiet, insidious sexism that had always shadowed her path. A childhood memory hits me, unbidden. Auntie kneeling beside me at the kitchen table, helping me with my first school project, insisting that precision and persistence mattered more than praise. Her lessons back then feel alive now, echoing through the humiliation of today. I remember my father's voice too, warning me, don't let anyone erase your worth. Those words reverberate, a mantra against the tide of injustice. I realize she carries scars I never noticed, financial struggles that almost broke her, the quiet sacrifices made to fund this project herself. Nights she skipped sleep to finish prototypes, missed birthdays, ignored health warnings, and long-distance family strains, all hidden behind a calm, almost serene exterior. Her mentor's old words surface in her story, the line that haunted her for years, "You're too ambitious." She internalized it, carried it silently, and used it to fuel herself, proving everyone wrong in ways they would never see coming. The weight of her solitude hits me, the isolation in an industry built on alliances, politics, and shallow loyalties. And then, quietly, she reveals a journal, worn and filled with pages of rejected pitches, meticulous notes, and personal reflections. I flip through it mentally, seeing patterns of resilience, every failure carefully converted into a lesson, every setback a secret strategy in waiting. Her smile now is different, calm, controlled but ferocious beneath the surface. A promise. This injustice, the humiliation we witnessed today, will not stand unchallenged. The past blends seamlessly into the present, and I realize that today's betrayal is not isolated. It's another chapter in a book she has been quietly authoring for decades. I grip the edge of the table, teeth clenched, heart thrumming, silently vowing that history will not repeat itself. Not this time, not under my watch, not under hers. I walk back into the office, heart hammering like a war drum, every step heavy with determination. I need proof. Evidence of every contribution Aunty made, every sleepless night she poured into this project, now stolen from her. Like files, emails, prototypes, meticulously archived, untouched by the chaos around them, feel like treasure buried under enemy eyes. I pull them from drawers, screens, shared drives, reverently handling each document like it holds her legacy. Diane struts through the open office, flaunting minor wins, her smugness spreading like a virus. Every smile, every boast, every subtle gesture feels like a taunt, but beneath it, I sense cracks forming. I overhear whispers, colleagues debating quietly if Aunty deserved her removal. Their words sting, but they also give me insight into the vulnerabilities of our oppressors. I corner a hesitant teammate in the hallway, coaxing out details of last-minute edits and approvals that erased Auntie's name. Every detail feeds the map I am constructing, every slip revealing the architecture of betrayal. Night after night, I cross-reference emails, timestamps, and design logs, constructing an irrefutable timeline. My eyes burn, fingers stiff from scrolling, but the clarity sharpens my resolve. Late-night calls with Aunty become war rooms, strategy sessions where her mind cuts through every scenario like a blade, her patience deliberate, her guidance unwavering. I notice Diane's paranoia growing, subtle but undeniable. Her confident posture falters slightly with every pushback we plant, every whisper that questions her authority. Office rumors start to turn, small murmurs of doubt weaving through the team, questions about credit misallocation surfacing like cracks in concrete. I watch Aunty practice her solo presentation, calm and collected, her voice smooth and measured, but beneath the surface I can feel the storm, the raw intensity, the suppressed anger and pride ready to erupt. A major client meeting approaches, tension thrumming through every corridor, every email. Each interaction, every hesitant acknowledgement from quiet team members feels like a small victory. Forgotten drafts reappear, murmurs of Auntie's brilliance begin to ripple. Diane's thinly veiled threats now land on me directly, but they only fuel my focus, making my palms sweat, my mind sharper. Every step I take feels like walking a tightrope over a pit of exposure and ridicule. Every conversation, every glance, every minor misstep is recorded, cataloged, ready for the moment of confrontation. Sir, the office hums with anticipation, an invisible storm gathering. Energy crackles through the fluorescent lights, whispered doubts ricocheting off walls. Every movement, every decision, every breath feels like preparation for the inevitable. The tide is turning, and I can feel it in the air. Auntie's revenge is no longer a plan. It is imminent, unstoppable, and undeniable. The phone rings unexpectedly, and Aunty picks it up with a practiced calm. I hear her name, the words of a former client spilling over the line. Praise for her original designs, admiration for her vision, and an urgent request for a direct meeting. Her eyes widen for a fraction of a second, surprise flickering across her face, then settle into a steady glow of vindication. The balance of power has shifted, and I feel it in my chest. Across the office, Diane's composure begins to crack during the team huddle. Her confident facade trembles just slightly, but enough to notice. Then, a discovery lands like a hammer. An email Diane sent to the wrong distribution list, exposing the manipulation, the erasure, the calculated betrayal. Auntie's calm smile hides the surge of adrenaline coursing through me. This is it, the opening we've been waiting for. Every plan, Every sleepless night, every meticulous note converges here. A mentor from outside the company steps in, offering support, legal and strategic, giving weight to our claims that no internal politics could shake. I overhear Diane on a private call. Panic threads her voice as she realizes she misjudged Aunty entirely. By morning, the office atmosphere has transformed. Whispers no longer speculate about removal. They speak of Auntie's influence, her rightful ownership, her irrefutable talent. I watch her rehearse the public announcement, each word precise, each pause deliberate. Her confidence is unshakable, a quiet storm ready to break. I understand now. The turning point is never fueled by anger. It's built in the shadows, meticulous preparation, patience, and the perfect timing. The evidence folder lies ready, every email, every draft, every stolen credit restored in perfect order. Diane's hubris blinds her. She does not see the tide turning until it crashes over her, unstoppable. Fear and exhilaration twist through me, the calm before the storm, the anticipation of the reckoning. Aunty looks at me, her eyes locking with mine, silent yet commanding. It's time, and I know, without a doubt, the moment of justice is here. The day of the solo launch arrives like a storm breaking over the city. Aunty steps into the spotlight with flawless poise, the auditorium silent, every eye fixed on her. I sit in the front row, heart pounding, ears attuned to every footstep she takes, every breath she draws. She begins to unveil the project, her voice calm yet commanding, highlighting each contribution, every innovation, every late-night effort that had been erased from memory. Screens flare to life behind her, her name blazing beside every key achievement, every piece of brilliance once hidden. Diane's face pales, the smug arrogance replaced by something brittle and uncertain. Colleagues exchange awkward glances, whispers weaving through the audience like a subtle tremor of acknowledgement. Aunty recounts the journey, the setbacks, the overlooked details, the betrayals, each framed as a lesson, her voice unwavering, a masterclass in composure. A former client rises, affirming her vision, her talent, her irrefutable impact. I watch Diane falter, credibility crumbling like fragile glass under unseen pressure. Legal documents arrive mid-event, confirming ownership rights, stripping away any lingering claims from the old team. I notice the subtle shifts, applause swelling, journalists scribbling furiously, social media feeds lighting up in real time. Diane attempts to interrupt, but the collective energy of the room drowns her out. She is isolated, insignificant, a shadow eclipsed by truth. Aunty concludes with a powerful message: integrity, resilience, and the necessity of claiming what is rightfully yours. I feel tears sting my eyes as the room erupts, years of humiliation and betrayal undone in moments of undeniable truth. Mentors, allies, supporters approach, smiles affirming the justice we orchestrated with precision and patience. Social media explodes. Videos go viral, the world bearing witness to her vindication. I sense Diane shrinking, fading into irrelevance, a cautionary tale for anyone who underestimates quietly formidable people. And in that climactic moment, I understand. The victory isn't just revenge, it's recognition, dignity restored, and the world finally seeing the lessons she fought to embody, all in plain view. We step out of the auditorium, the night air sharp and crisp, mingling with the exhaustion and elation that clings to our bones. Victory hums in the quiet between us, heavy yet sweet, tangible like electricity in the dark. Aunty walks beside me, silent for a moment, reflecting, not gloating, but savoring the precision of justice finally delivered. Her calm presence carries the weight of triumph, quiet and undeniable. I check the online metrics on my phone. Millions of views, messages pouring in from every corner, praise, validation, recognition. The world is witnessing what we already know. She was never erased. Diane avoids confrontation, slinking through the office corridors like a shadow of her former arrogance. The dynamics shift subtly, imperceptibly in our favor. Respect now gravitates toward Aunty, colleagues approaching her for advice, genuine admiration replacing performative gestures. The project secures additional funding, media coverage, and long-term recognition, cementing the victory not just in the moment, but for the future. Later, we walk through a quiet park, the weight of humiliation finally lifting from our shoulders. I feel a profound sense of personal growth. Watching resilience, strategy, and emotional intelligence in action has changed something inside me. Old wounds ache less now, replaced with pride and satisfaction. I played a part in justice served, and it is intoxicating. We talk quietly about future projects, this time under terms that safeguard her vision and ours. Every lesson learned is now a shield, every past betrayal a weapon against complacency. Right. I noticed Diane's attempts at recovery failing subtly, the reminder clear. Timing, patience, preparation, these win where anger alone cannot. The city lights shimmer around us, a silent applause for perseverance, precision, and careful orchestration. I feel gratitude flooding through me. The scars of past betrayals have been transformed, finally, into strength, proof that justice, patience, and unwavering focus can bend the world in our favor. I sit in front of the camera, soft golden light spilling across the desk, illuminating the quiet intensity in my eyes. My voice is calm, steady, but each word carries the weight of everything we endured. I recount the story, the sting of humiliation, the meticulous strategy, the nights of patient planning, and the ultimate triumph of Auntie's solo launch. Every erased credit, every whispered doubt, every small betrayal is woven into the narrative, a tapestry of resilience and cunning. Being underestimated is never a weakness. I emphasize this, my voice rising slightly with conviction. Preparation, patience, and timing can turn doubt and scorn into your most formidable weapon. Flashbacks flicker across the screen. Diane's smugness, our late-night strategy sessions, the crescendo of the viral launch. The juxtaposition tells the story of transformation, of power reclaimed and justice delivered. I highlight the lessons hidden in the chaos: resilience, emotional intelligence, the quiet potency of strategic patience, and the undeniable force of allies who see your worth when others try to erase it. I lean closer, addressing the audience directly. If someone tries to erase your contributions, don't react. Prepare, strategize, reclaim your power. Social media posts, news clippings, and viral feeds flash across the screen. Proof of the world witnessing the truth. Validation cascading in real time. I reflect aloud. Humiliation can fuel wisdom. Betrayal can sharpen resolve. Setbacks can forge comebacks. Every challenge is an opportunity. Every slight a lesson. The final visual lingers. Aunty standing tall, project portfolio in hand, city skyline behind her. Confidence radiates from every movement, proof that justice isn't instant. It's intentional, deliberate, and unstoppable. I deliver the closing call to action. Remember, never let anyone define your worth. Stand, plan, and rise. Your time will come. The screen fades to black, leaving a lingering sense of victory, empowerment, and cinematic closure. The audience left emotionally charged, reflective, and ready to reclaim their own power.